Hi, welcome to the Photo Flunky Show, episode 112. Today I'm going to give you a little feel of what it's like to get hassled taking photos in a public place. Hi, my name is William Beam. Lee isn't here with us today. She's actually off in another city running a marathon, so yay for her. She gets to go run 26.2 miles where I would prefer to drive those miles. Before we get started, I want to let you know that you can find show notes available at williambeam.com/episode 112, and there's links to subscribe there, or also you can go to our player, photoflunky.com. You can listen to this show and other shows if you want to follow up on what we've done so far. And I have a new discount that came out. Recently, I became an affiliate for SmugMug, and as a result of that, they'll allow me to provide you with a 15% discount. So you can visit williambeam.com/smugmug, and there's no coupon code. All you do is go there and you click the Try It Now button, and you'll see your 15% discount. They've got a free trial if you want to check this out before you buy. It's something that I've used in the past. I mean, going back to 2010, and I've got a review up. I really wasn't happy with it then. Recently, they reached out to me. They gave me a nice tour of the thing, and I'm kind of digging into it myself. I am much more impressed with SmugMug today than I was 8 years ago, and it is something that I can recommend. I'm going to be coming up with more videos and more posts about SmugMug. It's something I can happily recommend, but if you're interested in SmugMug, go give it a try, and if you decide that you want to buy, it's a 15% discount. So just full disclosure, I'm an affiliate. I will get a small commission if you decide to buy, but you'll also save 15%, so everybody wins. All right, let me tell you about my little rant today of getting hassled while taking photos in a public place. Here's the setup for this. Our daughter Tove is really into her art. She's a very talented artist, and she, of course, is in her AP art classes in high school. And one of her assignments was she needed to visit this art festival for, a school assignment to write a report. She needed to go find some art that, one, maybe evoked a memory, or two, something that she was interested in. And she had to find a few artists there and kind of take some pictures of them, talk to the artists behind them, and then write up her report. Seems simple and fair enough. From my side, I mean, one, obviously I need to drive her over to it, but I thought this is a good example or a good opportunity for me to kind of kill two birds with one stone. One, I've got the new DJI Osmo Mobile 2. I would like to do a little bit of video with that. I've got it here and I haven't really taken it out to do something. And two, we have another channel on YouTube called Orlando Local, and I want to provide some content for that. So it seemed like a good thing for her to do her assignment and for me to get some video to share with other people. I thought it would be interesting to do the video. I thought I'd be able to talk to some of the artists and maybe help promote them, because you don't really see YouTube videos of art festivals anymore. And now I know why. So we got there and I'm walking around and I'm starting to take a little bit of video just as we walk in. First off, I'm really impressed with the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, but let me play you a little bit of recording of just the first minute of what I experienced.
What if I just came up and just took a picture?
No, I'm saying because that's how long
No photos, please.
All right.
Right off the bat, he said no photos. I said, all right, and moved on.
Like violated.
I know.
I'm sorry if you feel violated by it. I just wanted to put it on a blog.
He feels violated that I took a photo. Actually, I was taking video. Then here we go. Here's the next one.
It's amazing. You show yourself in a public place and people don't want you to see it.
Sir, don't do that.
Don't point your finger at me.
Most of these artists have signs, do not take photos.
It's a public place. I'm not taking a photo of anybody specifically.
You do anything about that?
It's a public place.
Okay, so let me give you a little context on the last one. I'm walking down the sidewalk and my camera isn't even on this artist's little pavilion or whatever, the tents that they set up, and he's got his artwork out. He comes up with his finger pointed straight out at me and he's getting ready to touch my camera. And that's where the point where I tell him, don't point your finger at me. And then he gives me the thing. Most of these artists have signs up. And honestly, I hadn't seen signs on any of them yet. I just got there, but he's right. Some of them do have signs up saying no photos or video. And I kind of will respect that if I know about it. But the whole thing is, he came up to me and I went back and I looked at the video. Neither he nor his art is on my video at all. It wasn't even aimed at him. I'm walking down the sidewalk and he's coming up and charging me like that. Towards the end of it, it's got a little muffled since he's not in front of the camera at that point. There are about 3 or 4 police officers behind us. They go to him, say, are you going to let him do this? Or are you going to do anything about this? And they said exactly the same thing I did. No, it's a public place. We're in a park. I'm walking down a sidewalk. I'm, allowed to take video and photos. He can put all the signs up that he wants, and I can respect the fact that he doesn't want me to do it. I don't want to go there and take video of people that don't want to be on video. That's not the whole purpose of this. But those two people, just within the first minute of me being there, just really ruined the entire experience. I was hoping that I'd be able to go talk to some of these folks and show their work and put it on YouTube. And then maybe next year when this art festival comes around, some other people who hadn't thought of it before might go there. If I put it up now, these guys are just going to look like jerks. It's really frustrating. I decided to can the whole thing because two of them within 1 minute just really ruined the experience for me. And I thought, this isn't something I want to share. This isn't something I want to recommend to anybody else. Tove and I walked around, and she did find two artists. And also, those artists were nice. We asked them, do you mind if she takes some photos? She's doing this for a high school art project. Both of them were polite. They were kind. One lady really went into the whole idea of how she does her art. She did, it's not stained glass window, but basically she lives by the beach. She does like beach art. They're in vintage window frames. She gets some acrylic, puts in there with some seashells and some sand and even some seaweed. It really looks nice. If you got a beach house, it's the kind of thing that she's weatherproofed. You could put it on the outside if you want to, and it'll stand up to the spray or salt or whatever may be coming along. Really wonderful people there. As I walked through, I saw a few people had signs up that says, use your eyes, not your fingers or your cameras. I'm wondering, what are these people afraid of? You're displaying your art. It's in public view. And yet, if someone takes a video as they're walking past you, you get all bent out of shape. I mean, you may have heard in the background noise, before the first person told me, they were talking about, what if somebody comes up and takes a photo of your child? Apparently the art is their child. Then he says, I feel violated after I walked by with a video. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to violate you. I didn't make you to do anything wrong. It just really kind of got under my skin. Anyways, we walked down through the whole thing. I put my video and my camera away because, what's the point at this point now? I'm sour on the whole thing. I don't want to recommend it to anybody. As we come around, walking past this guy again, he's still talking about it. He's saying, well, if the police won't do anything, we'll have to do something ourselves. And I thought, really? You're going to come up and approach me or do something potentially violent or aggressive in my face because the cops won't do anything? You're going to take it in your own hands? I don't get it. I really don't get it. If someone wanted to showcase my art and tell other people about them, I'd be thrilled. And it's just one of those things that I don't get why some people believe that they have this right to be ignored while they're in a public place. If you don't want to be on the photo or video, get out of the public place. No one's coming into your home to record anything. No one's going into your private place. It's just such a very big frustration. I know this is going on a little bit of a rant. I'm afraid that I don't have much of a lesson here other than to say is I could have kept on recording. I decided not to because, one, my purpose isn't to upset anybody. I really didn't want to cause anybody problems. As you heard the first guy, he said, no videos, please. I said, sure. I moved right along. He kept mumbling about it and I mumbled back, but that was the end of that. And then the next guy comes up very aggressive with his finger pointing right at my camera like he's getting ready to smack it away. I'm thinking, no, you're not going to do that. As I said, the police recognize it. They were wonderful people. There are police all over the place, which is kind of expected at an art festival. One, they're directing traffic. Two, I think they want to make sure that people's art's protected. You don't want somebody to go in there and grabbing something and running off with it. And mostly, I think, though, it's just they're very chilled out. They're very happy. It should be a fun place to go to, but it really wasn't because the attitude of a few folks who were somehow threatened by a camera just kind of, they're ruining everybody's expectation and they're angry themselves. It wasn't just me. As I walked along, I saw other people who had like their iPhones out or a camera or something like that. They are proactively going out there and being aggressive with them. It's like, you can't take pictures. You can't do this. Sure they can. You're the one that's in the public place. How would you play this? I mean, this is kind of a question. I'd really love to have your feedback in the comments. And if you're an artist and you've been in a situation and someone's coming along and taking photos or video of your work at an art show, do you have the same sensation and why? That's something I'd really want to understand. I don't get what they're afraid of. It's not like I can reproduce their artwork out of a video on an iPhone. It just seems incredibly silly and it really sucked the joy out of the whole day. Maybe that's why I like doing portraits. At least the person who's in the portrait knows that I'm taking the photo and we can collaborate together rather than trying to do a walkthrough video. I was really looking forward to promoting the art festival. And right now I wouldn't recommend going to an art festival right now with that environment. Most of what we saw there, my daughter thought was like, this isn't helping me at all. Most of this stuff are crafts. People are trying to sell something as, there were things like lampshades with college logos on them or things of that nature. There was kettle corn, and there was very little actual art. So crafts, yes. As far as art and paintings, there were a few. Matter of fact, I was very impressed with what I saw from the first one that came up and told me, no photos, please. But after hearing his attitude and the little mumbling and rant that went on afterwards, I thought I wouldn't want to do business with you. That's where I am. That's what it's like getting hassled, taking photos in a public place. It seems silly. There's really nothing that's going to be happening with it. And you know what? My kid was with me. Other people were taking photos around there, and I'm sure she was in them. Her only comment when she saw herself in the video was like, hey, I look good. So nobody's coming to get you. They're not here to take away your cameras. But if someone is approaching you aggressively and you're in a public place, I'd say be polite, but be firm. I did not want to go there to get into any altercations or arguments. It wasn't worth my time. I was quite happy to keep on walking because honestly, the second guy who was so rude, I thought his art looked like crap anyways. And it wasn't my style. Maybe it was what somebody else would want, but it was just, I'll tell you what it looked like. If you'd ever been to a beach and you've seen an old wooden fence that's really weathered, all the paint's been stripped off in most places, that's what his artwork looked like. I don't know. If maybe somebody will buy that, I certainly would not. All I would do is paint my old fence and wait 20 years and it'll look like that. That is pretty much my discussion for today, but I would really love your feedback. If you're an artist who's been displaying, let me know how you feel from your side. If you've been to an art festival or you've been someplace in public and somebody's giving you a hard time, how did it make you feel and how did you deal with it? Please let me know. You can just go to williambeam.com/episode 112. Thank you so much for listening to the Photo Flunky Show. Next week, Lee will be back. We'll have something interesting, exciting, and hopefully I won't be ranting about anything on that episode. I'd like to let you know that you can get your show notes available at williambeam.com/episode 112. And there are also some free Lightroom portrait brushes. If you'd like, go to williambeam.com/free brushes. They're very simple, basic brushes, but they actually can help you out as far as enhancing the irises, the whites of the eyes, skin texture for both light and dark skin, and whitening teeth. I hope you enjoy those. Also, you can find us on iTunes. Just go to williambeam.com/iTunes. We're also on Google Play Music, Blueberry, Stitcher Radio. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week.